Are we gonna modify it? Am I gonna drift it? Is this my next pro drift car? How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to go get a new car. It's a car we've wanted for a long time. We're really excited about it. Let's go get that car. And then stay tuned at the end of the video. I'm gonna break down for you a couple questions you're gonna have once you see the car. Your mind is gonna start going, oh my gosh, is it gonna do this, all these things? And I'll answer those questions at the end of the video, so watch the whole thing. It's exciting, enjoy it. All right, let's go get the car. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
What do we like best? Cars. We're going to get a car right now if everything works out. It's something we've been wanting for a long time, both of us. It's here in Florida. It's only about less than 2 hours away. We've been looking for one of these for like 5 years, 4 years, I think. It's like a big purchase, something like we were like, nah, shouldn't do it. Maybe we should do it. No, we shouldn't do it for a bunch of years. Like it almost happened, and we're like, nah, it's a bad decision. But I think it's just time. We have to do it.
There's like, aside from the Supra that we love so much, there's like very few cars that we can't keep our eyes off of, I guess. And like every time we see it, like I know me personally, I would try to like avoid or like try to like deny it, but I can't help it.
Use the left two lanes to turn onto 66th Street.
Yeah, it has good lines from pretty much all angles, like how a Supra is. Like you're never like, why is the car like that from that angle or whatever. There's like 10, 20 cars like that, but most of the ones on that 10 to 20 list are like super cars or hyper
should say
cars.
A new car.
Yeah.
Yeah, like out of the new cars that aren't.
Brand new cars, there's so few. This car's not brand new, it's a couple years old. Some of you probably know what it is because we've talked about it too many times in the past. Some of you will be like, wait, what? So find out shortly. We're on the way.
This is what happens when the new Supra is not
The
what
new
you would have
Supra is
wanted.
like, yeah, you wait so many years and you're like, what? So the LFA was basically the new Supra and they kind of overdid themselves. Don't really want to buy one of those because they're not a true manual. So you less fun driving. It might be faster and everything with paddle shifting, but not quite as fun to drive. It's always fun to be able to like have the clutch, slip it when you're sliding. Anyways, let's go get this car. Hopefully everything works out and it is what it was supposed to be. Gotta inspect it here shortly. Don't be too excited. All right, guys, we're here with Corey, and check this out. Metallic gray Z06. It's an automatic. No way. Look at those carbon ceramics on there. So there's the inside, and it's a T-top.
Yeah.
We gotta go drive it though, huh?
Is that what you guys expected? Is that what you thought it was gonna be?
It's probably not. But this is like the American Supra. It's like the last one, the last good one. This is like a dream car that we will not sell. This is gonna be so cool. All right, I gotta go drive it.
I want to get the first start for us. I know you guys have seen a lot of exciting things, but I love the lines on this car. It's like everything's just right with the shape. I think that's the quiet mode.
That's pretty cool butt right there, guys.
That's a yes.
It's not a Supra, but man, that looks good. We're going to the bank right now. So I test drove it. It's a Z06, guys. Feels slow to me, but for Renee, it's gonna feel fast, or the average person, but
It's gonna be plenty for me.
does not feel fast. But I may have driven a fast car or two in my time. You guys guys could look it up. So this has 650 horsepower, 650 torque stock. That's at the crank. And then this car has an intake and an X pipe on it. So it probably made like 10 more horsepower, 25 or something stupid small like that. It's fast, but it's not like gonna skip. Well, depends for you. It doesn't feel fast to me. Like I'm just waiting for it to let the tires break loose, and it kind of hooks most of the time. It has some pretty good tires on there, and
It's still not a Supra, sir.
you can make these faster, but this car feels so planted and it does whatever you want. Like when you tell it, it's just kind of, it's very responsive, and driver input is like gonna happen like exactly how you tell it to, which is pretty cool. That's another thing we really like about the Corvettes. And the C7, if you like read up on it, it's just a little stiffer, a little better in all ways than a C6. So this car is like just been on the dream car list that's obtainable for us, but we're just waiting for, I guess, the right moment to do it, and apparently it's right now. Buying new cars is never a good decision. You should probably use your money to invest into something else, but we like cars and we're addicted, so that's what's happening. We can't help it. This one's a 1LZ, and I get to drive it back on the freeway for like an hour and a half right now, because that's about how far we are away from the house.
And I get to stare at it the whole time. I don't mind that at all.
And then we're
driving it.
Then we're gonna go take Renee somewhere where she can like get comfortable and not just throw her in and be like, here, drive a manual that you've never driven home, and like a car that you're sitting down, like, because it's Renee. So
side note, I mean, I don't know that it's gonna be daily, but I'll drive it often enough, more than I drive the Supra right now. But little side note, I've never had a manual car.
But she knows how to drive manual, but she's never owned one as like one she can get in on like a weekly basis.
Yeah.
It's always automatic. And then the manuals she does drive are my race cars. I'm like, get in there and do a burnout. And she's like, I can't do it. I'm like, you're doing it. And then she'll do it. Get in there and drift. I can't do that. And she'll figure it out. So like, that's kind of really exciting for her to have. This is like amazing. I get enough race cars, guys. Let Renee have this. But I'm going to drive it sometime. Sorry, Renee. Can I borrow your car like 2 days a week for
It's a good deal. It works out for both of us, I think. Yeah.
I'll probably be in jail if I drove that every day.
Probably.
Probably. All right, see you guys. What do you have to say for yourself, Renee?
I like it. It feels good. I gotta get to know it, but it's great.
So cool, guys. Let's just take a look. Let's step back and take a look at this. This is too cool. It literally is like a modern day Batmobile. And if you guys are gonna be like, oh, what about a C8? Zero interest in a C8, okay? Not our style, not what I was looking for. This is like the real deal here. Manual, front engine, rear drive. Remember, I like sliding deep down. It's a better slider. What are you touching over there, Renee?
Just looking at stuff.
And this will never get modified that much. We're gonna keep it like less modified than our other cars, you could say. So I'm sure we'll do stuff to it, but we're not gonna like go crazy with it. Right now, what's gonna happen is Renee's gonna practice, because she clearly knows how to drive a stick. You guys have seen her drift and whatnot, but she's not like a confident daily driver with a stick. I mean, she probably is fine, but she just wants to like
different car.
Get better and better. So she's gonna do that right now and put like as much seat time over this weekend as she could in here to like get better with it. I got to drive it pretty aggressively in a couple areas on the way home. It's cool. It's still not like impressively fast, but it's a fast car. But I like how like there's so many different modes. Like right now it's in
show up on
touring.
screen?
So there's like the T on there. So if we go over, you're in sport, and then the exhaust will get louder. You go to track, I think it's the same, valve is the same, so it'll still be open, same volume on the exhaust. This is track mode, and you get to see kind of what they display there just on the home base page, but then you can go in here and see so many, like it tells you if the tires are at temperature. It's kind of crazy. This will tell you what horsepower is used. Like if you floor it, you'll see it go past 650 a little bit. There's like temperatures, and you just keep going. There's just the stuff you would want to see, but then you get to hear, you get like track lap times and stuff. You can do, oh, go back to the, so you could do like 0 to 60, like see, I don't know, test yourself on your launches if that's what you wanted to do. There's all kinds of stuff like G-forces. So it's pretty cool that it has all those modern things. So Renee will enjoy this as her daily, and then when I get to drive it for like a day here and there, I'll be like, oh, and I'll get all my excitement out or whatever of not driving the crappy street car that I drive. You guys know what I drive. All right, but that's also to keep me out of trouble. So we're gonna go have fun. We'll show you more of the outside of the car shortly. Poor Renee.
Dan always gets me into trouble.
She's trying to learn how to drive a stick comfortably, and the guy wanted to keep his license plate, so there's no plate on it, and there's a cop behind us. This will be good. And he is lazy if he doesn't pull us over. Maybe don't do a rolling burnout right now.
I'll try not to.
The cop is so lazy, he got in the other lane. Good job, Florida. But that's a FWC, Florida Wildlife Control. Yeah, those.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah, but those are like way more kind of strict on rules. That'd be like, typically it'd be similar to highway patrol. They usually just pull people over. So maybe he just likes American cars. Who knows? You're going right here at this light anyway, so we may have got out of that one. Let's see if he pulls alongside us. And no, he didn't.
God, I love Florida.
It would have been fun to talk around that, but I guess it's not happening today. Why? You're not gonna get a ticket. A girl in this car? She'll get away with it. You know it, guys. Well, that was gonna be fun. That's why we started recording, but
Sorry to let you down, Dan.
not today, people.
I don't get pulled over today.
Renee's all nervous. All right, so let's talk about the Corvette. Man, does it look cool. Okay, let me pull this cover off. I want to talk to you guys about questions you're gonna have. Are we gonna modify it? Am I gonna drift it? Is this my next pro drift car? All those kind of questions. Let's answer all of them. Let's talk about how cool this car is and why Renee and I had wanted one so badly for so many years and why we actually bought one. Let me pull this cover off. Why did we want one? Well, it looks good, might be the first reason. So it catches your attention when it looks good. Then, kind of like a history with Corvettes with me. I always like Corvettes. If you go back to, let's see, 2005 when I got my first Supra. When I was getting that Supra, I had my eye on like the C6 Z06. It was like such a cool car to me. Thing is, it wasn't enough that I ever wanted to, it didn't look good enough maybe. It looks mean, aggressive, it has good lines on the C6 Z06, but it wasn't enough for me to like, I guess, spend money on to get it. C7's another story. When they came out with the C7, I was like, one day I'll own one. Because I already had this kind of interest, I guess you'd say, in a Corvette. Not just because, I guess mainly because of like everything it offered. So when I look at a car, I like think and I analyze through everything that car can offer. And I'm a drifter. I'm always gonna want the car to be able to slide. I'm gonna want a rear drive car. I've only owned like one front wheel drive car. It's just a tool, it's a Prius, and who cares about that car? It just gets good gas mileage. You don't have to modify it, don't care at all about it. Any car I buy is gonna need to be manual, rear wheel drive, unless there's like a function for it to be all wheel drive or something. I have owned an Evo. So anyways, this car kind of offers it all. Right out of the box, has a ton of horsepower. It has 3 pedals, so you could do a clutch kick, slide a corner if you so needed to, which I've done, and I do need to every once in a while. It's got 7-speed, which is excessive. You don't really need 7-speed, but it's cool that it has it. I think there's only 3 production cars ever that had a 7-speed, like a Porsche, Aston Martin, and this generation Corvette. Sadly, they're taking away like, you know, manual transmissions because, you know, a computer can shift faster than a human. So I get it, but it's always good to have that control to be able to put the clutch in, and you guys understand. You guys are gonna ask the question, is this your next pro drift car? Would it work as that? Yes, it would. Is it going to be? No. A C7 Corvette would probably be the only other car that I would spend my own money on to build and to develop whatever I needed to, you know, body kit wise to make it look good or whatever, kind of like how I did with the Mark IV. I love almost everything about this car. so I could see myself drifting in one. I've always said that. I don't know, I like don't probably put it on a YouTube video for you guys to see, but I've told many of my friends, like, that's the one other car that I would, you know, go do pro drifting. I want to like the car I'm walking up to. I want to like love that it's my car. I want to jump in it and be like pumped that it's my car. Supra does that for me every time, no matter what. Every time I'm excited to get in that car. Like if I got a deal with a company that just doesn't have good cars, like say, I don't know, like Hyundai's like, hey Dan, we want you to drive for us and go build a Hyundai for FD, drift it. Would I do it? Maybe, just because like financially, but it might help or something. A maybe, not a strong maybe, that's just like a maybe. I'd have to see what the offer was. For me, C7 Z06 is just kind of too expensive. You could start with a non-Z06 obviously and build it as a drift car, but like it's very expensive. I'm too deep in it with the Supra game. We're not going to be switching, and the Supra has more to offer than it already offers me right now. It could go further, you know, I'll stay with the Supra. This car, will we develop parts for it at Rad? Most likely, yes. So give us some time. You know, each car has its own, you know, little things that you could improve on, or issues you could say that need improvement. They've already had, you know, many things developed for this car aftermarket wise, but there's always more to be had and different ways to do things. So that's like a strong, you know, maybe or possibly, I'm sure it will happen because we don't plan to sell it. Cool thing about this car, right out of the box, fast as hell, does everything you want it to. It's the driver inputs are translated perfectly onto the road. It's just an amazing car, and I feel like they are gonna be worth a lot coming up, you know, in like 10 years or something, because it's like the last, you know, amazing manual transmission car, and there's only so many of them. And people keep modifying them and like destroying them and crashing them. Same with the Supra. It's like probably only gonna go up in value. If it doesn't, maybe I miscalculated this purchase, but I don't care. Like, I like it for myself. Renee likes it. We're gonna drive it. We're gonna put miles on it. We're gonna like go do stuff together in it with the top off, drive around, see Florida. That's something that we didn't have a car that could do that. We have Renee's Supra that she drives daily. It needs like everything switched on it for it to be exciting for me to drive, because that's an NA auto. It's just boring, and it's like, you know, 160,000 miles. It's a cool car. It's lots of people's dream car, but you'd want it to be turbo and have, you know, a lot of horsepower. This thing is just gonna be reliable. It's smooth. It's amazing. It has like modern features like for your phone to connect inside to it. It's just a really amazing car. I think we're gonna leave it mostly factory how it is. It has a couple things done to it already, but ooh, there we go. But I feel like we're just gonna use it and enjoy it. And you guys might be thinking like, you wanna see me drift it? You know I'm a drifter deep down, so here's a clip of me playing with it inside the shop right here. I'm sure I will do a little tiny bit of drifting with it, like sampling around the parking lot out here, things like that, but I'm not gonna convert this into a drift car. Tires are really expensive when you have 325s on the back, they're 19s. Kind of just not worth it. I have a lot of cars that are built just for drifting. I'll do all the fun stuff in that guy, or that one, or that one. Yeah, in a perfect world, if I was like super millionaire, I would definitely drift one of these. I would go pro drifting in one of these, or I'd have multiple of these like I do with Supras. But I think this is just gonna be like a fun car for us that we can drive on the street, and it's street legal, and it's not gonna be too modified that it makes the drivability not as fun. If we need to go super fast on the track, we got the cars to do that. So hopefully that answers some of your guys' questions. And you guys are crazy if you don't think that this is a cool car right out of the box. Kind of just does everything you want. 7 speed. I don't know how I know this, but you can go 100 miles an hour, put it in 7th gear, and you're only at 2 grand on RPMs. What the heck? So this would be like the ultimate road trip car if you could get like extended gas tank, fit like a 30-gallon tank in here. So it already gets decent mileage and you just cruise a Corvette across America. That'd be cool. I don't know if we want to put that many miles on this guy though. Real quick, what were we looking for in the Corvette that we were gonna buy? It either had to be white or this is called Watkins Glen Gray Metallic. It either had to be white, Watkins Glen Gray Metallic, or we would have accepted a black one. The problem is black cars always need to get washed like every time you touch it. And I feel like, and Renee does too, that with a black car, it takes away from some of the lines that you would see in a lighter colored car. It'll kind of blend a little bit. And we hadn't seen one of these up close in person where we kind of walked around it until we went and we were gonna buy this one. And we're like, oh my God, that's better than white. So I think we're happy that we got this one. Other thing that we needed in a Z06, 100% needed to be manual and 100% needed to have the Z07 package, which gives you the suspension and these big giant carbon brakes. These carbon brakes are really amazing to me. Don't know that we need them, but if we're gonna get a Corvette, we're gonna get the one that has those. Another thing we did really want was a 3LZ package and competition seats. We did not get those. This just has plain seats, unfortunately, just the basic seats, and we got a 1LZ. So it still has like reverse cam and it still has the heads up display, but it doesn't have like heated and AC seats, which I don't know that we need that, but it would have been cool to have it, but we didn't get that. We got what we really needed though, which was the Z07 package, 7-speed manual, and a Z06 in the best color. This one did come with Forge Stars. I don't know that I would have chosen that, but makes it stand out a little bit from ones that would have the stock wheels, which I also like the way the black stock wheels look. So this is what we got. It has the Stage 3 carbon package on it, which is like the lip, the side skirts, and then I believe it used to have the bigger rear spoiler, but he switched it to that one. We'll probably get the like Stage 3 rear spoiler, which will lift it up like an inch bigger than this, and it'll kind of have that center section that is removable. It'll have like this little piece right here that will raise up a little bit, or it's like slides up and down if you want, and then it's removable. We'll leave it on there, but yeah, we'll see. Probably do a little bit of stuff to this, but not a bunch of stuff. Just a car we always wanted. And that's it, guys. Stay tuned for more with the Corvette, but I don't know if it's gonna be mods, probably not. We'll just see as we go what we do with the Corvette. We'll keep you guys posted. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you like it. See you later.